Good morning, Compassion Campers. Welcome to day 2 of VBS. Sorry if you caught just a little bit of that previous video. I was trying to get my camera angle right and I was going to be sideways, but now we're straight. You might be wondering where the heck I am. I am way up on the stairs that go from our the courtyard of our church up to the cross that's up on our hillside. I don't know if all of you have been up here, but it's kind of a cool spot. I saw some bunny rabbits on my way up here. I've seen some lizards and some birds, and it's getting a little warm up here already, but I wanted to be up here because behind me you can see the roof of the Life building. I'm not on the roof, let me be clear, because that would be dangerous. Not going on the roof. There's a nice sturdy wall between me and the roof, and so I'm not actually going on it. But I wanted to be up here by the roof because we have a story about some guys who climbed up on a roof today. Now, I should say that in those days, most roofs were flat, and there were usually stairs or at least a ladder leading up on top of the roof. So none of us are going to climb on roofs because that would be too dangerous. But back in the day, people used to use it kind of like a deck, kind of like a patio, because they didn't really have yards very often, and so that was, that was kind of a place where they could get outside. Why were they up there? I'm wondering, what's the highest you've ever been? Have you ever been up really somewhere pretty high where it was kind of scary? Like maybe you went on a hike to the top of a mountain, or maybe you visited a really tall building and you got to look down and the cars are like tiny ants down at the bottom. Anybody ever been up really high? Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever been up so high that it was a little bit scary. I'm thinking that the guys in our story, our Bible story for today at VBS, might have been a little scared when they were up high on the roof. And the only reason they were up there is because they needed to help a friend. Yesterday we learned about what compassion is. And today we're going to hear a story about some guys that had to get up on the roof to help a friend. Crazy, huh? It'll be fun. It's going to be fun. Well, I'm waiting for a few more of you to join us this morning for day 2 of VBS. I'll just kind of run through some of the things that we're going to be able to do together today. So after our gathering this morning, after this part, you'll head on over to the website, and Ms. Hannah has some brand new music for you today. So check out the day 2 VBS link on the All Saints website and sing along with Ms. Hannah. And then we've got a Bible story today. Ms. Becky is going to read to you today, so check out the Bible story for today. And then we've got some other activities that you can do at home, some ways that you could show compassion to people in your neighborhood or in your community, people that are working hard to care for others during this time. So we've got some cool projects for you to do today, and those will be at home with your grown-ups' help, perhaps. We've got some more movement with Sally and Jaden. I hope you enjoyed that yesterday. We've got some more of that for today, and all new movement. And then what I'm really hoping you'll do is join us for our meetings at the end of the day, because we have a chance at 5 o'clock if you're in preschool or one of the younger grades, or at 5:30 if you're in one of the older grades. We're going to get together on Zoom this afternoon and have a chance to share what we've learned, even if you haven't done all the projects, or that's okay, just to talk about what we're learning together. And if you've been working on something, you can share it. And just a chance to wrap up our day together and see some of our friends. And my friends that were with me on Zoom yesterday missed some of you, so I hope you'll have a chance to join us for that at the end of the day. And if you need the details on that, I'd be happy to email them to you again. But have Mom and Dad check their email and join us for a meeting later this evening, so we can hear about what you've been doing and how you've been doing VBS. So if you're here, say good morning, or give me a wave, give me a thumbs up, so I know who's watching this morning. And we'll get started with day 2. So today we're going to learn that being compassionate is not always easy. You've probably already figured that out, right? Thumbs up if you think that being compassionate is hard sometimes. right? It's hard to be compassionate. Sometimes we have to take risks in order to ease someone's hurt or suffering. We can be brave and jump in and share and protect and speak up for others. I see Braden is with us this morning. Good morning, Braden. Good to see you. Or at least to see your mom's name. That's how I know you're here. Good morning. And so we're going to talk about being brave, the brave part of compassion, where we have to sometimes do something that maybe even makes us a little uncomfortable in order to help somebody else, like our friends that had to get up on top of the roof. So I'm going to read a couple of sentences, okay? And I'm going to invite you to think of ways that these people can be brave, and you can complete the sentence, okay? And you can either type in maybe with a grown-up's help. You can, hi Braden, you can type in your answer. You can type in the answer to the sentence. Type in an ending to the sentence, or you could just talk to somebody who's near you, okay? So here we go. We're gonna do a couple. Mia has extra food in her pantry. She can be brave and... What's a brave thing Mia might be able to do with that extra food in her pantry? What do you think? Talk to somebody near you, or type type a few words about what she might be able to do. Have an idea? Here's another one. Taylor is a lifeguard. When someone is struggling in the water, Taylor can be brave and... What can Taylor do to be brave? What do you think? Pastor Dan says that Mia could make a meal for someone who's hungry. Exactly right. Yeah. And Taylor could help somebody that's in the water, right? That's what he's trained to do. Recommend that you don't try to do that unless you're trained. But Taylor's a lifeguard, so that's what he can do is help somebody who's struggling in the water. Jaden sees a friend picking on a younger kid. Ooh. Jaden sees her friend picking on a younger child. Jaden can be brave and... Braden had a great example for Taylor. Taylor could tell that person who's struggling to roll over on their back and float. Right! That's something any of us could remind a friend who's in the water and having trouble, right? We could remind him, roll over on your back and float. Absolutely. Good job, Braden. Good job. So Jaden sees a friend picking on a younger child. Maybe she can speak up to her friend and say, don't do that. That's not nice. Right? Jaden has the power to do that. And then if there's still a problem, she probably needs to go get help from a grown-up, huh? Ms. Perez notices her students are restless and need a break. Ms. Perez can be brave and... What should a teacher do if her students are restless and need a break? She's got to get through that lesson. What do you think? What can she do? Sometimes changing a plan can feel like a brave thing to do. Sometimes that takes a little courage to change our plan, because sometimes we like to have control over what we're gonna do next, and sometimes we might have to be a little bit brave and say, oh, we're gonna do something a little bit different than what we planned because somebody around us needs some help. So think about that. Dr. Wynn hears some people need medical care but can't afford it. He can be brave and... What can Dr. Wynn do if he finds out some people can't afford medical care? can't afford to go see the doctor when they need to, when they get sick. Pastor Dan says that the teacher whose kids need a break could have everybody sing a fun song. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Did you have a chance to tell somebody near you about what Dr. Wynn could do? So sometimes when we need to be brave, it can be hard to do that all by ourselves. Sorry, oh yes. Braden says, get them better. Yes, the doctor can help get them better, and maybe the doctor can offer to do some work at a clinic where people don't have to pay. Maybe the doctor can volunteer to do some of those kinds of things. Maybe the doctor can even help create some places where people can get medical care that can't afford it. So yeah, great ideas. Great ideas. All right. So when we have trouble being brave, God gives us compassion. God gives us compassion so that we can feel brave enough to make choices to help ease the hurt of others. And we can always ask a grown-up for help. So we don't have to be brave all on our own. Even grown-ups have to ask other grown-ups for help being brave sometimes. So we do that together. We do that together, and we can be a team to show compassion. Compassion really works well as a team sport. So we have to help each other with that sometimes. And sometimes our compassion helps us make brave choices. And God's power can make our communities better and our friendships better and make us better. And we get to be more and more like God as we do that. And the more and more brave things we do to help others, here's the secret, here's the neat part. The more brave things that we do to help others, the braver we get, right? Did you know that? That's the way it works. So, in a little bit, we're gonna hear a story about some heavy lifting and a massive hole in a roof. Think about this roof. And some neighbors who took a risk to help a friend. Oh boy, I can't wait to hear this story. And we're gonna see how that one act of bravery changed a whole community and helped everybody around them learn an important lesson. So I hope you enjoy that story today. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna close with our prayer today. And you can put one hand on your head, just like we did yesterday, and one hand on your heart. I'm not gonna do the hard part because I gotta hold my paper, but we do that because compassion happens in our brains. Remember this from yesterday? But we often feel it in our hearts, right? It happens in our brains, but we feel it in our hearts. So I'm gonna say a line out loud, and then you will repeat it. So I'll say it, and I'll leave some time for you to repeat it with your folks at home, okay? Dear Jesus, your compassion always looked like courage. Strengthen our hearts with your bravery as we risk, reach out, and lift up our siblings near and far. Help us keep our eyes on you. Amen. All right, my friends, from here, you go over to the All Saints website and enjoy some music with Miss Hannah and the rest of your day. And I really hope to see you on Zoom this afternoon at 5 or 5:30. Take care and have a wonderful day 2 of Compassion Camp. It was good to be with you this morning. Bye now.